Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Tunisian Thievery in Europa Universalis IV. Okay, so I know, hold on, hold your horses here. Oh, okay, take a deep breath. Okay, it's been like 2 weeks since I played this campaign. Okay, it's been a long time, and I know I made some mistakes. I've had some time to reflect on it, and I just gonna explain what happened, okay? So I went on a vacation, right? I was down in South America, and I recorded for 16 hours, 42 minutes straight. That was 41 episodes of this campaign, back to back, over the course of about 18 hours total. So in 18 hours, I just worked 18-hour day, and I took like 2 hours worth of breaks and snacks and eating and stuff, and obviously bathroom breaks and all that stuff. And yes, I'll admit there was definitely a slight degradation of performance toward the end there, because I was very, very tired. But at the time, it made the most sense. It was the only thing I could do to cover my vacation. So, that's what happened. So let's just take a moment to reflect on the campaign. Like I mentioned, I had 2 whole weeks since the last time I played this to actually think about what my mistakes were. And normally what I'll do is I usually record maybe 5 to 8 episodes in a row. Is my typical amount. That's a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours. And then I'll wait a day or two and I'll reflect on the campaign, and I'll usually have more time to plan and prepare and just reminisce about the things that I've done and shouldn't have done. So when you record 17 hours roughly straight, you don't really get the advantage of that that time that you could spend thinking. So let's just talk about some of the mistakes that I did make that have gotten us into this the predicament that we're in right now. I'd say the most notable mistake was the first war with Ottomans. First off, you might even say that I shouldn't have backstabbed the Ottomans. That as Tunis, there's really no one for us to be good allies with except for the Ottomans, and it was kind of stupid to backstab the Ottomans before I could take them. However, I kind of don't regret that decision, because I think it's more fun to play against the Ottomans than it is to ally them. It certainly made this challenging to the extreme and a lot more interesting, I think. Now, these guys that were released, I just want to mention this real quick. All these guys should still be Sunni and still all want to become vassals. So that's good. And none of these guys actually hate me. So Cyprus has no cores, nor does Crete. But if we take up those relationship slots, then we'll end up with very few allies. We already have 1 vassal. Genoa actually has a fair bit of development. They've got 13 there, 9 there, and they do have their capital of 25 with the estuary, or coastal center of trade core, and they will actually accept vassalization as well. Barely, which is great, because we're going to go for that. So let's just say we've got this guy here who's got 3 cores. We have a truce with the Papal States, so we can't do that. We don't have a truce with Switzerland, but he's kind of scary, so I don't want to attack him. We're in no position to attack anyone right now. We're losing 21 ducats a month while at peace. So we'll okay. Let's not play the game yet. I want to reflect. I have a notepad here, but I'm just already starting to get ahead of myself here. I want to think for a moment. I think Genoa's a surefire. I have to take the Genoa thing. Other than that, I think we improve with these 2 guys for now, and we don't take the alliance, but we also... Here's the thing. The Ottomans have claims on it. They don't yet. They may end up vassalizing these guys. Let's wait and see if the Ottomans starts to improve relations with them. Now, they've got it set as vital interest, so I'm thinking they're probably going to be hostile towards them. Still, we have a 5-year truce with the Ottomans. All right, okay. Like I said, we're going to reflect on the things. So, one of the biggest mistakes definitely was the first war, the first big war with the Ottomans, where I'm for whatever reason, I still have a hard time. I don't know why. Whenever they made the change to straits, it's just not sunk in, and I still sometimes make mistakes when it comes to whether or not a strait is blockadable or not. And so I definitely made a big mistake with Chios, thinking that first off that there was a fort there, and second off that I couldn't blockade it. All I had to do was just sit on it and then park my navy there. We had naval superiority. I didn't have to lose 30,000 troops. I suicided 30,000 troops against the Ottomans, which put me into a horrible financial position because I had to murk up 20,000 troops just to get them to peace out for just freaking war reps, nothing else. Where we could have just sat on Chios, gotten 25 war score, and then done something to them, I mean, we could have done a lot better there. I could have taken war reps plus a ton of money and not having wasted however many of those troops are actually real. I think at that point, I think we did have some cannons, maybe. I don't remember now. But that was the biggest early game mistake. And that's kind of what set the ball rolling on this whole debt crisis, which is obviously very bad right now. It's at, 4,045 ducats. Is it completely unrecoverable? No. How many loans are we allowed to have? We can have up to 28, and we have 14, so we're halfway there. That's disgusting. I've actually spent quite a bit of time mathing it out in my head if it makes sense to actually intentionally go bankrupt. Because if you think about it, like, let's just say we net 5 ducats a month. That's 60 ducats a year. How many years would it take to pay back 4,045 ducats? 4,045 divided by, say, 60. Assuming that we never made more money, which we would as we paid off the loans, it was like 67 years versus a 10-year bankruptcy. I think it's still 10 years. I should check to see. What's the total war score cost of my province? 518%. Worst case scenario, we go bankrupt. 5 years from now, the Ottomans takes 100% war score off us. Castile has no claims on me at all. I don't understand why, but they don't. France has no claims on me. Aragon does have a couple. Also, I just want to point this out because I think that it's fun to make fun of the AI. Castile is a complete moron, and they're integrating Aragon. They already integrated Naples, now they're integrating Aragon. Even though, if they just took Admin Tech 10, they could click a button and instantly integrate all of Aragon for free. Great job, AI. So, yeah, so that was the very first big mistake. Second mistake was allowing this isn't necessarily in chronological order, it's just as I remembered them. Allowing the coalition with the Catholics to form in the first place, and then I shouldn't have taken the extra province, it was one of the very last episodes I recorded. I was being very aggressive, and for some reason, I thought that Austria-Hungary was going to be a significant enough amount to dissuade any coalition from attacking me. But then you got to remember that every single freaking little one province minor will have 10 troops, and there was like 10 of them, so that's 100,000 men on its own. And then, Bavaria was not weak, and the forts were lined up in a way that just kind of screwed me here in the last minute. But I shouldn't have let the coalition form in the first place. And even if, and then this is another mistake altogether. If it did happen, what I should have done was declare war on the Mamluks the second that they joined the coalition. Because, and this is so important, you should never, ever, ever let a coalition attack you with the coalition CB. The coalition CB is just horrible. I'm going to look this up for you real quick. EU4 Casus Belli. I just want to read the benefits to this freaking coalition CB. It's horrible. Never let anyone attack you with it. Okay, so 10% aggressive expansion modifier. Okay. Instead of paying 100% like most CBs, it's 10%. No aggressive expansion for them to do whatever the hell they want to. And 75% cost for releasing vassals, releasing countries, returning cores, revoking cores, gold, and cede province only on province attacker has a claim or core on. So the big ones there are release vassal, release country, return core, revoke core at 75% cost. Like, that's bad. You don't want to do that. So what I should have done is I should have attacked the Mamluks when they joined the coalition. And by me being the aggressor, I would have controlled what the war goal was. I could have got a ticking war score up to 25 instead of them getting the ticking war score up to 25. And since they had so little land and they were adjacent to me, I would easily be able to overrun them. And then after having overrun them, they would have 20 war exhaustion. And despite that 50, plus 50 or plus 30, whatever the hell it is from the coalition modifier, they would have won it out. And then we could have just said, okay, sorry Catholics, you don't get to fight me anymore because the Mamluks won out. And that would have just shut down the coalition in the first place. But more countries joined than I expected, and I didn't think I had to do that. But I should have just always attacked the coalition. Attack it. Kill it. Do not let the coalition attack you. It's very, very bad if you're the defender. Although, if you attack the Mamluks, then you are on your own. That's the other factor, is that Austria-Hungary wouldn't have been able to help me. But, whatever. It is what it is. And then finally, I do think this is significant. Deleting my navy, I think, was a mistake. Definitely. I'm going to sell this heavy. And I don't think we want any of the transports right now either. So, first things first. Okay, we're actually going to go into play mode now. So, truce timers. Who can we attack? We can attack Alodia and Ethiopia right now, and that's it. I think we want to start trying to secure this Genoese vassal. We will not do the alliance first, because the closer they are to zero opinion, the more improved opinion you get. So we'll just start off by improving relations for now. We are also improving relations with England. Now, Kara will accept an alliance. They're on Tech 9, though, to the Ottomans' Tech 11, so I don't know if I like them. Lithuania is on Tech 11. They don't like me by 13 reasons. They're neutral toward me. However, Kara is rivaled to the Ottomans. Austria would accept an alliance. We could actually take it right now. But they are losing a war, and they are the defender. But Bohemia has more than 25 war score, so they can't call me in. Yeah, I won't call you in if they are losing by more than 25%. So we could try to secure this alliance with Austria, but I don't really know how strong they're going to be in a moment. Muscovy, Tech 9. Bukhara, Tech 8. Crimea would accept an alliance. Obviously, we've rivaled Castile, France, Ottomans. England is getting just apparently wrecked by Scotland and France. That's kind of funny. Burgundy doesn't particularly want to be our friend. So our army strength is down, and I'm actually going to disband some of my navy, or some of my navy and army right now. And Burgundy already has powerful allies in... Excuse me? In Brittany and Mantua? What are you, nuts? I guess Mantua could be considered powerful. They do have a few provinces there. And they got quite a bit, actually, in the boot. I mean, Burgundy would be kind of nice to offset France. But I think the big thing is we just need to get enough bodies to make the Ottomans maybe not want to attack me. We have a Regency Council for a little bit longer and a God leader, of course. Let's wait on Austria. I think even though Kara sucks, I might just take the alliance. Just because I need somebody to... Do the Ottomans have claims on Kara? They don't. So the next war they declare on me, they're not going to take land off of Kara. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to take Kara on. Anyway, England's not an option. And we were working on Hejaz. I have one claim on him, but this is owned by the Mamluks. And Hejaz is allied to the Ottomans. So yeah, fabricating on Hejaz is kind of nonsensical at this point. Not going to worry about states yet. We've got a couple disasters that are pending, 38% and 26%, and Savoyard Liberty Desires at 93%. We already have only 28 prestige. I'm going to go ahead, and I think that I need this guy to start being happy with me. So, we're going to start to placate local rulers at the cost of prestige. We're currently losing a little bit. I'd rather be gaining. We have Jerusalem in our control, Patron of the Arts. We had power projection, but we lost a bunch. Dishonored call to arms against the Ottomans, yeah. Conquered provinces of the Mamluks and Morocco. Apparently I'm not embargoing anyone. No, I'm embargoing Castile. I think I have a truce with France right now. No, I don't, actually. Okay, well, we can do that, or we can insult them. Yeah, I want to get back up 50. Alright, so what was I just thinking? I've completely just lost my train of thought. Ah, yes, money, of course. Oh, right. Okay, so something I had actually actively considered while I was on my vacation is that the bankruptcy might make sense. And the way we would do that is we would take out all the loans and then build buildings. Buildings will survive, right? And probably the buildings we would build would be barracks. Just build barracks everywhere in an effort to try to make this manpower thing better. And then allow ourselves to go bankrupt and just, the best way to time it would be if we could, somehow get a 10-year truce with the Ottomans, force the bankruptcy, avoid the war with the Ottomans, and just hope that no one attacks me. Or have allies that are strong enough that no one wants to attack me, despite the fact that we would have no morale. And those 10 years, we would probably play on speed 5 and just pray. But that would give us 4,000 ducats back, plus we could take out another 14 loans at 248 ducats, so 14 times 248, that's 3,472 ducats. Plus the amount that we owe, which is the 4,045. That's 7,500 ducats we could get, just wipe off the board. And like 3,500 or whatever it was, would actually get invested into barracks to the tune of, 35 barracks. Let's just say on the low end, we'd probably be looking at some of them are 250, some are 375, some of them are only half. Let's just say we get like 100 manpower each. That's still gonna raise our manpower max by 10 to 15%, maybe? It could be good. It could be worth it. The Ulema are really kind of not looking good. The Emirs are definitely... I want the military points, but I don't want to click that button. We're also ahead of time on military tech right now, which is actually a good thing. Well, of course it's a good thing. You always want to be ahead of time. Alright, so what are we going to do? I actually think I'm not going to ally any of these guys for the moment. I think I might just try to get rid of some of my... stuff. We can't afford the mercs, obviously. Just can't do it. I hired them as a last-ditch effort to try to maybe Just try to win that coalition war, but it's not obviously not going to work. And these guys are protecting trade, yes, right? Hunting. They're hiding. It says they're hiding. Really hiding from any fleets that are too strong. Well, stop doing that. Privateer. The Genoa node. Hopefully they are no longer going to be set to hiding. I mean, they probably would have updated. I haven't even unpaused the game yet because I've literally been looking at the screen for like the last half hour just trying to figure out what my game plan is. And for the most part, the game plan is just dismantle all the mercs. Hopefully that doesn't affect Genoa's willingness to become a vassal. It might, actually. Assuming, well, they're going to train some troops. So as they train troops, this may change. But yeah, we're going to improve with them. All right, I gotta actually unpause the game, don't I? These provinces lack cores or are currently in the process of being cored. Cairo and Ras Garab. Okay. So why did I never core these? I did core them. I added this as a state recently. That's what I did. 50% autonomy. I mean, this one is probably worthwhile. First off, I think we want to go up to at least 0 stability. In fact, you know what? Right now, I feel like even just getting an extra 5% national tax modifier and a little bit less unrest and the yearly corruption reduction is going to be worthwhile. I'm going to go ahead and take that too. I know I do want to keep on working on innovative ideas, and eventually we do want to try to westernize, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Down to 19% autonomy here. Negative 9.3 unrest. Separatism is going to go away. In 6 months, it'll come down a little bit. Wait, hold on, I got to do my mental math again. You get 30 years of separatism by default, which is 15 unrest. It takes down in half-point increments every 6 months. Yes, okay. Revanchism, that's kind of cool. I mean, we could maybe even lower autonomy here, but is that really worthwhile? We're already coming down at 0.125 per month. Alright, mothball all the forts, because we are at peace. Not going to destroy any of them, but we can't afford to have them on right now. Do we also core Razgarab? I mean, we might as well, right? It made sense on a... You're paying the equivalent amount of relative admin points to development, so it makes sense on this one, it makes sense on this one too, doesn't it? I think so. They're both part of states. I could grant this to an estate. The only one we could really consider would be the merchant guilds, but they're actually really mad right now, so I don't think we want to do that either. Alright, we're now only losing 11.5 ducats a month. Next up is lower maintenance, now down to 7.79. Interest is obviously killer. Port maintenance is still significant. A couple people had asked, like, hey, why do you still have advisors if you're so bankrupt? And the reason is that I just still always feel like the level 1 advisors are such good value for the price. And the reason why we have the level 2 is because he's a special advisor from the estates. So he's again, in my mind, he's equivalent to a level 1 advisor. He's just a little bit better because you're paying, well, you're paying twice as much for twice as many points, and we need those points. We're doing an admin idea group, you know, like. So I don't know if I want to get rid of these guys yet. Morale of Navy's guy, I think we could probably afford to get rid of him though. The fort defense guy, we're ahead of time on military. Recently hired this guy, can't fire him till the end of the month. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna fire those two. I think we'll keep the admin guy though, because we're behind on admin. We have an administrative idea group. I can't change my focus until 57, which is 15 years from now. And we're waiting on a diplomat. Okay. No, we're not going to play in Speed 4. Venice no longer considers Papal State as a rival. Venice has announced Hungary as their rival. Wow, I think I just spent like 20 minutes talking and I haven't actually unpaused the game at all. I apologize for that, but hey, you know what? We needed to take the time to reflect on what's going on in the game. I know they're disloyal. I don't really care about that. That is trending upwards, yes. 0.15% per month, great. We could grant monopoly charters that just cost us prestige and doesn't really benefit us anyway. In fact, it would actually probably harm us because they'd have more influence, which reduces trade efficiency. One thing I think I need to do as well is I need to decide if I'm ever going to move my trade capital. Like, this is just ridiculous. We make no money at all from trade. It's embarrassing. All right, are we getting any discounts on tech? I'm spying on people. We even have the ability to do that yet. I don't think we have that yet. May study technology is at 9, Tech 9. Well, we definitely want to get that soon. Okay, all right. Yeah, I've been playing the Buha campaign earlier today, so I wasn't sure what we had. We're trying to take over Halayab, which was Ethiopia. Ethiopia has more troops than Alodia. I don't think we're going to attack anybody right now, though. In fact, I think we're going to just cancel that mission. I'd rather get something different. You gain the reconquest on the Mamluks. You have a 15-year truce with the Mamluks. No, 10-year truce with the Mamluks. Annoyingly, the truce timer for Morocco and the Ottomans is synced up, so I think the plan right now is to attack the Moroccans in 47. In 5 years, we just have to attack them the second we can before they can secure an alliance, and hope to God that they don't ally the Ottomans. Of course, the Ottomans may just attack me at that point too, so that's something to consider. But we got at least 5 years here to breathe. Nothing to convert. Also, probably a mistake because I've never had negative piety. Like, I really wish we could have negative piety, but it's just not been in the cards. Reducing inflation is possibly a good idea. All right, we just gotta play here. I gotta let some time pass. These cannons down there. In fact, yeah. I mean, let's say that I'm at war. Do I need transports? Who am I going to attack that I'm going to need to be at war with? If I were to actually attack like Switzerland or something, which is tempting because I do have a core that I could return 25 development to Savoy right now. And the good thing about losing a coalition is that, guess what? You lose all your aggressive expansion. Yay. So like we could take that 25 development and it wouldn't be the end of the world. But Savoy's not loyal. So as I mentioned earlier, I do think I'm going to sack my prestige over and over and over again every time it's positive just to try to get this bastard loyal. And in the meantime, we have a free diplomat. Who would want to buy heavy? Hey, Genoa, do you actually have any money? Out of curiosity. No, not Genoa. Genoa's not going to do it. Hey, my vassal, Savoy. Would you like to buy a ship? You want to buy my heavy, don't you? No? You have no treasury. Of course. How about Lucca? I mean, you're neutral toward me, which is not great, but it's not negative. You have no money either, do you? You're in debt. Castile hates me. They're my rival. Aragon, however, he's at war. Okay. Can't sell the Ottomans. I would really prefer to sell this ship. Hey, the Papal State doesn't hate me. They're at peace. They're neutral. They'll give me 20 whole ducats for it. It's not great, but I don't want the ship in the first place. It's either this or delete it, and I don't really want to take the time to look for other people who could buy it. Just get rid of that heavy. And in 5 days, I need to insult France. Austria just got reelected. He's still in his war, though. Alright. That'll buy us a little bit of time, where we'll have some power projection. Also, since we have no truce with France, we need to embargo them. We'll do that next month. Get our diplomat back, and I think we will start improving relations. I do think I'm going to try to take this land back. I lost my cores because we were forced to release the land, but like Cyprus is 20 development. That's worth a lot. He's not willing to accept vassalization right now, but if we had Crete as a vassal, or if we actually, well, we share this land with him. I guess we go for Crete for now. All right, okay. Next episode will be all gameplay, I promise. But for now, I'm going to take a break here, and I will see you again in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.